I can hear her heartbeat for 1,000 miles, and the heavens open up every time.
We met in 2007 at a restaurant. We both worked there. I was a waiter and Joel was a host.
As a host, I have to tell the waiters and waitresses how many people they have that I sat them. So the first thing that I ever said to her was, "Janelle, you have 2." And she claims that I said that in the most wimpy, girliest way possible. But I don't recall it like that.
He had an afro like this big, and he was definitely not my type, definitely not what I would go for in a guy. And it took a long time for me to, I thought he was like a little brother. Like for a long time we were just buddy-buddy, and me and my friend used to be like, "Oh, we love little Joel." And
first impression of Janelle was she was obviously really loud. I know she was, I don't want to say flamboyant, but she was out there. She liked to have fun. She was just so loud and had so much energy, and that's what actually caused me to be real quiet at first.
Wow, I don't know. I would have never, ever, ever put me and him together, but.
Crazy love, she gives me love, crazy love.
I don't know if he asked me or if I asked him, but I actually went to lunch with him at KFC, and that was like our first official date.
And Janelle just out of nowhere was like, "Hey, let's pour beans all over the table." I said, "Are you kidding me? You can't pour beans all over the table." I felt bad, but we didn't. I'm pretty sure she was kidding, but she just wanted to see what kind of response I'd get.
It was weird. It was just like a friend thing, I guess, but it was a date. It was our first time ever to go out by ourselves.
Then we went to Walgreens, and this is where I kind of had a little of my fun. We walk into Walgreens, and I grab her purse and I put it on my arm, and I just walk through the store, and I'm just like, "Hello, everybody. How you doing? I'm Joel." Just trying to embarrass her, but she didn't act like she cared at all.
The first time my dad saw Joel, I told my parents, just please, 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 if anything, do not say anything about his hair because it's huge and it's crazy. And I didn't even think about, Joel was in a play earlier that day, and he came to my house, and the first thing my dad said to him, he was like, "Hi, I'm Dean," and he was like, "Are you wearing makeup?" And Joel's like, "Oh yeah, I was in a play today." And so that was a memorable impression.
My parents, they love Janelle from the beginning. She'll claim otherwise, but it's not the case. My parents, they like Janelle. They wish there were more people like Janelle out there, but there's not, and that's why I picked her.
I think my best memory of us dating was when he was gone at basic training, and it was the toughest, but yet it was kind of the part of our dating just threw us over the edge and said, "Okay, we can make it. If we made it through this, we can make it through anything." And I really look at that as a growing point in our relationship.
So Janelle and I and my family all took a trip down to Florida together. Went to Destin, beautiful beaches, white sandy beaches of Destin. We drove down with my parents.
He blindfolded me, took me in the car, and drove me around for 30 minutes. I had no idea where we were going. And this is in Destin, Florida, by the way. And he took my blindfold off, and I was actually sitting in the car in front of a big sign that said like day spa. And I got a 1-hour hot rock massage, which was amazing. And I can remember texting my mom the whole day, just being like, "Oh my gosh, today's my special day." He's just pampering me like crazy. And then after that, he picked me back up and told me to get ready again, and we were going somewhere else. So we went, he took me, we got all dressed up, and he took me to this restaurant, which was the prettiest, most nicest restaurant I've ever been to. And when we walked in, the entire front of the room was just windows looking out on the harbor of the ocean. And we ate such an amazing meal, and then we went back to the condo, and he said, let's go for a walk on the beach. And I was like, okay. So we walked from the condo to the beach and walked around, and he was acting so weird. And that's when I kind of was like, okay, something's gonna happen right now, because he was so flustered and he was acting really shy and just not like him. And we got to one place and he said, this looks like a good spot. And
I threw my shoes down, I turned her to me and I grab her hands, and I just start saying, Janelle, you're the most blah, 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 beautiful person. I don't have no idea what I said. I was so nervous. My ears were red hot. I had no idea what was going on. But she knew, and as immediately as I grabbed her hand, she knew what was going on, because she just started crying already and freaking out. And so I say my little speech, I pull out the ring, drop down on one knee, and I ask her to marry me. And she blows up with excitement. Of course she says yes, and she's just super ecstatic.
And that's how he proposed.
Yes, it makes me righteous. It makes me feel whole. And it makes me mellow.
For the next couple years, we plan to continue going to school at OU. We're going to live in the condo that I live in right now. Somehow managed to fit Joel's stuff in with mine.
We'll just be doing the school thing, gotta graduate, gotta keep our heads in. It's hard. I don't like school already. And being married and having to get a job and pay bills and on top of school, it's just gonna, well, but it's gotta be done. So that's our plan.
The first thing of Joel's that I'm going to throw out is, I don't know, because there's a lot of things. I wish I could throw out his computer, because he sits on it 24/7, or his Xbox.
I'm keeping that for sure, because that's expensive piece of hardware, and like her throwing out my Xbox would be like me throwing out her kitty, so it's not gonna happen.
He has all these like nasty towels that have like holes in them, and I'm definitely not letting him take those.
I think what I can actually see her throwing out would be my dresser. Mainly because she doesn't want anything else put in her house unless she picks it out.
He's really not taking any of his furniture with us, or basically he's taking bare essentials like clothes and toiletries, and that's it.
There's no space for anything else. So I don't know, my clothes will probably just be in a heap in the closet, hidden away somewhere behind some shades. She hates all the stuff that I have because she claims it's so ugly.
I genuinely love him for him and not his things.
I want to have 4 kids, I think. I think my parents did right with having 4 kids, because 2 boys, 2 girls, that seems like a pretty good ratio.
Joel probably wants to have, I would guess, 4 kids, because he doesn't want to have an odd number, because then one gets left out.
Actually, to be honest, Janelle wants to have like 20. She wants to be the next Duggars.
I'm gonna have a football team. No, I'm just kidding. But I do want a lot of kids. I want at least 3, 4, who knows, 5 or 6.
I think Janelle would be ecstatic if she had like 10 kids. We'd start our own Barrett clan and rule the world if we could.
I will be in charge of the finances. He's not organized enough.
I don't want to sound full of myself, but so far I make most of the money right now, and I pay my bills, and I think I do pretty well. But Janelle apparently thinks I'm just careless.
He's not organized enough.
I feel like Janelle will probably take the role in that because she'll like demand it.
I will be in charge of the finances.
But I think it's an important part that we both be involved in that.
I will be in charge of the finances.
Five years from now, we're both out of school, and I see that we moved out of the little condo because, we gotta have a bigger place. I want something with a nice little lawn. So we move into a little single floor house, and Janelle's, we'll probably both be working at first. That's what I see. We'll probably both have to work. And we're both just making money, just paying the bills, and just living the day by day.
I see myself in 5 years, graduated, number one. Us both graduated. I see us either have bought a house or buying a house, and definitely working in children's ministry in either our church or somewhere else, and either pregnant with our first kid or already have our first kid.
Kids soon, but not in 5 years. Well, maybe. We'll see how things go. Janelle would tell you, yeah, she'd probably want 3 in 5 years, but no. So yeah, we're probably close to having kids, but maybe not yet.
My dream house is, well, I grew up on a farm, on a ranch, and I never want to live on a ranch ever again. And it's funny because my dad actually got a ranch thinking I would love it, and I just went the complete opposite way. But I would like a city house with a little bit of land, so I'm not right in. I found that being in the city, it's loud.
Janelle's dream house would probably be a $7 billion mansion.
I would like just a little tiny, I don't want anything huge. I like small.
Actually, it'd probably be like the Playboy Mansion, but without the Playboys and without Hugh Hef. But just picture all that.
With granite countertops and crown molding and a wraparound porch and a porch swing.
And I want to say butlers and cleaning ladies, but you know, Janelle would probably be more than happy with cleaning everything.
I'm the worst driver between Joel and I.
Janelle is definitely the worst driver. She's had so many wrecks, flipped a car. I'm not saying it's all her fault, it's just what's happened to her. And so many tickets, you know, she's been this close to having her license taken away until she's 21, being on probation. She's actually on probation, so if she got another ticket, she would have her license taken away. I've never been in any wrecks. I've never had a ticket. I've been pulled over a few times, but you know, it's nothing big, nothing, you know, they just give me a warning and I'll drive on my way.
But I've actually gotten better and he's gotten worse, so who knows in 5 years, ask me that again.
Yeah, she'll claim it's me because for some reason whenever I drive her car, I like to just do dumb stuff or I don't pay attention or something and it just infuriates her. But no, I've never wrecked anything, have a ticket, so yeah.
God is going to play a significant role in our marriage.
He's gonna be, you know, the one goal in our marriage.
Joel and I have both decided that, you know, without God as the center point in our marriage, we couldn't get married.
He's gotta be, you know, our foundation, our building block. Everything that we do has to revolve around God.
So it's definitely gonna be the foundation, the number one thing that we put first in our marriage.
Treating one another well is important, but we have to make sure and that all the decisions that we make, they have to honor God first, and we don't have to think of ourselves.
Our honeymoon is going to be a 7-day cruise, Carnival cruise, leaving out of Galveston, and we'll actually be leaving the day after the wedding.
Cannot wait. Never been on a cruise, neither of us have. We are just super stoked. You know, we thought cruise would probably be the easiest thing to do because, you know, we don't really have to worry about driving.
And it's going to stop at Cozumel, Mexico, Grand Cayman Islands, and Montego Bay, Jamaica.
All of our food, all of everything, you know, food, drinks, they're all paid for. So we're just gonna, you know, have a grand time, get away from everything. There's no internet, no cell phones, don't have to worry about anything, no distractions, just be me and her. And you know, it's gonna be a time of our lives. I can't wait.
And we're gonna go lay on the beach and pet stingrays and
your every line, your every word, your everything. Your your every song, and I sing along, 'cause you're my everything.